Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official Lotro Twitch stream. I'm Little Redhead, and I will be your guide around Middle Earth today. And I want to say thank you, everybody who's joining us today. That's awesome. I already seen some folks saying hello in the chat, so that's fantastic. If you have anything you specifically want to see me cover, definitely let me know. We're going to be doing some festival fun today, as is my oeuvre as usual. So a couple things. So let's see what we got going on here. So one of the things that we've done is, okay, so we're here on the Treebeard server, which is a brand new server. It is a week and a day old now. It started up last Wednesday. It is a legendary server. And in this case, the experience that we get is lower than, yes, happy week anniversary, Treebeard, exactly. Here it is, I think, yeah. So we are earning 40%, I'm sorry, I can't make those words bigger, but we are earning 40% of experience gains from monster kills, crafting, and quest completions. So instead of 100% like on a regular live server, we're getting 40% of that, which means we're able to take it a lot slower on this server, which is very appealing to me because I like delving into every nook and cranny of this game, finding things that I hadn't seen before and doing quests that I'd forgotten existed or maybe never came across before. So having a lot of fun with that. So yes, home, slow troll. We are going slow. It's awesome. Really loving it. So, but it is a VIP server. So legendary servers are VIP only at this time. So everybody who's on the server is VIP. So that's kind of funny because sometimes somebody will be like, well, what about this? I'm VIP and can I do this? And we're like, yeah, everybody here is VIP. Yes, you can. So it's kind of funny. So speaking of, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to Wenda Cranesbill, my favorite Wenda of the Middle Earth world. And I'm going to pick up my VIP goodies. So what she gives you, in case you haven't seen this before, is you get a subscriber's jug, which it accelerates your crafting time. So when you're crafting, it goes faster. So you're not like making a whole 4-course meal for dinner while you're crafting. Maybe you're just getting a snack. It also, and this is the bigger part for me really, is it prevents item wear from combat, crafting, and if you get defeated. So what you do is when you pick this up, you go ahead and consume it. Or drink it, but it still stays in your inventory. It'll stay in your inventory for 6 hours. Now, you can just slide it off and throw it away. And this will last for 48 hours. So now, if I scooch back a little bit, maybe you can see, I have this little subscriber buffs on my bar, and it tells me those things we just covered, and has a duration of 2 days. And so now it's got, a day, 23 hours and 59 minutes and 32 seconds. Now, once it resets here, in 10 minutes, I could chug it again and it'll reset that timer. So yeah, a lot of people do dump it after they use it. Sometimes I'll reset it because like it'll sit there for 6 hours. I'm like, sure, or do it again and again and again until it goes away. Now the other thing I like to do is I unlock my quick bar and I take the newest one, which also lasts for 48 hours, so 2 days, and I stick it somewhere where I know where it is, which for me is down here in the corner. And then when you click on it, it gives you access to all of these things while you're on the go. So you can go into the shop and sell off your stuff, which of course you don't have to repair anymore because you've already got your repair sorted out because of the buffs. You can open your vault, which also gets you your wardrobe and your shared storage. You have access to all three of those, wardrobe, shared storage, vault, all right there. And then you also have access to the auction house, which I have found kind of useful when I'm on the go and maybe I'm out and about and I want to check out something, or, I mean, it's so easy. I just love how easy it is to be able to do that. So now the other thing is, of course, we want to check out our Hobbit gifts. Every day is a Hobbit's birthday. So we get a silver gift every day. Everybody gets that in Lord of the Rings Online. So, okay, we got a minor potion of power. Thanks, Wido Buffin, which, if it was actually a green potion, that might be useful right now. But then I'm going to open a gold present. VIPs get 1 gold present free every week. So that's pretty neat. Ha ha ha. There we go. Thanks, Marigold Two Spade. So she gave me 2 greater potions of morale, which normally you're like, yeah, whatever. But here on this server, because of what we're doing, there's a whole set of buffs that are happening on this server. So I'll come back to that here in a minute. You got an item wear reduction tome for 60 minutes. Here, let me show you. This is what Affodil got in their bag, which is funny because, as mentioned, this is a VIP server, so everybody can get those VIP buffs, which means you're not going to have item wear during combat because you're using your buffs. So, oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, another thing we're doing is, since this is a brand new server, we're all at the very beginning, there's a whole bunch of deeds that we haven't done. So I have been using the social guy plugin, and unfortunately it was missing a few items. So thankfully Affodil made me a cute little plugin patch for this. So now they're all here. So we're doing these where you do this at a teammate. Let me turn that down a little bit. Now I turned my sound down, then I turned it back up, and now I need to turn it back down. So you can only receive 5 of these per day, and I've already lost track of what I had with for you. I'm sure that's at least 5 of that one. Yeah, oh, yep, whoops, I got out of control there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So it's great. They're all in blue. They're all on the list right there together. And so all I have to do is go down the list. Now there seems to be something where you're supposed to be able to check box them and then just have it auto cycle through those, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. And I don't know, I don't think the app is currently supported. So, or that plugin, I mean, so, but that's okay. As it stands, it's way better than me having, because a lot of times what you'll do is you'll end up just putting them on your bar and you just work your way across the bar, you know, with somebody and just click it 5 times. So you can only increment it by 5 each day. It is how many times you receive the emote. And so you can only receive it and have it increment towards that completion of the deed 5 times each day. So, so there we go. I have emoted at Affodil, and before we got out live, Affodil emoted at me. So we are done. In fact, you could post that in the kin chat if you wanted to. Although it just, I mean, because if somebody's not on, they don't know that it happened, but we are kind of, you know, helping each other out. So every time we see a kinmate, we're like, do you need to be emoted at? And they're like, okay, yeah, or no, I got it. So that's kind of funny. All right, so we thought it might be fun, and it is gloaming going into evening, so this is great timing. So we're going to go over to Minas Tirith, where the festival is happening, and we're going to get fireflies, yeah. So I'm going to take my milestone, I think, because what are we going to do? Because we're going to leave from there. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. We might want the milestone to get back to the bottom. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to do the other way around. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the far-ranging stable master, which every neighborhood has one. And I'm going to go to Minas Tirith Midsummer. Swift travel for 1 silver, which is hilarious because, so brand new server, no characters, you know, starting from scratch, no money, nothing, right? No experience. And so as a low-level character, when you complete quests, you get like 90 copper out of it, so every time I'd complete a quest and then use the stable master, I was basically losing 10 copper. So you'd be like, you'd have to complete 3 and then use the stable master for 1, and oh, it's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the daily wrapper, which this is, which at most of the festivals in Middle-earth have these, here in Lord of the Rings Online, I should say. And this one is a celebration of Midsummer. So she says, whether you join in the revelry here in Minas Tirith or in far-off lands, which we're going to do, It is certain you will find yourself among merry company. We ask that only that you celebrate in the spirit of midsummer. So this is a repeatable quest that I have previously completed because I have been doing midsummer every day. Now, when I complete this, after I do 10 midsummer celebration items, I'll come back to her and I'll turn this in and she'll give me 5 midsummer tokens. So it's a quest. Now, I'm all the way up to level 15 now, by golly. And so turning in this quest will earn me 1 silver and 80 copper. So I will get, 180 copper to the good. It's a really slow accumulation. Okay, so let's go to the top. We're going to take the stable master over here. Thankfully, he's standing right next to her. And so we have the stable masters that go to all these different tiers on Minas Tirith. And remember, with Minas Tirith, it is a city, a fortress that was set up to be defensible. So you'll remember that the ramps and the stable masters alternate. So you'll have one to the south, and then you'll have the next ones to the north, and then the next ones to the south, and then the next ones to the north. And so they alternate their way back up and that way. So we're at a stable master here. We don't want that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. We really want to be here. That's the highest we can get because really we're trying to get up to the tippy top. But that's the closest we can get to is the high stables. So I'm going to take the stable master to the high stables. However, the high stables stable master is further away from where I want to be. If I were to keep going there, I'd end up over here and I have to come back here and go up the ramp that's over here. So I'm just going to jump off that horse, turn around, and there's Affida waiting for me so patiently with her hond, which is Dutch for dog. Hond. And if you have multiple dogs, they're honden. we are doing our, well, I wouldn't say we're doing our best. We're doing our mediocrest to learn Dutch right now. We do it in small tasty bits, I guess is kind of more accurate. But we're getting there. We're getting there. It is slow progress, but it is progress. So, all right. So now we are on the tippy top. And first person we want to talk to, we have 3 people we want to talk to up here. One is this Midsummer Wedding Planner, and she has all these different quests that we can pick up. So we'll go ahead and pick those up since we're here. That'll save us time for coming back later. But we're going to pick up a Fireflies quest, which I have already done, apparently. I've been picking, sometimes on my characters I'm picking it up so it just stays in my inventory so it doesn't show up with her. Looks like I've picked up the Ruby Firefly quest. So we need to go and catch 12 Ruby Fireflies. They only come out at night. And does it say that on here? Yes, so you can find them from gloaming till dawn. And that's the lightning in a bottle, which is the quest. And then within that quest, you have to pick one, and she tells you which one, you got 4 to choose from. So I chose Ruby Fireflies. And they are in the Rushok Bog, which I think that's the Shire one. And it's cool. She actually tells you which one is in which one. And then, of course, the quest itself tells you which one, where to find them. Okay, so we're going to come back to that in a moment. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish talking to the people up here we need to talk to. This is that cook. And apparently I look like an important person, and he wants me to go and give some food samples that he has put together to some nobles because he is courting their business. And then the florist, we need to arrange some arrangements because that's what you do at this giant festival wedding celebration. And her daughter was sent to the first circle, the ground level, to gather some flowers, and that this person wants to weave into floral crowns. But her daughter's a little distracted, so she wants us to go down and kind of check on that progress. I can tell you there has been little progress. Is it night? Yes, it is night. Yes, you can see the moon. Also, I use Titan Bar, and so up here in the very top, it tells me what time of day it is. So right now it tells me that it is evening, and it is 22 minutes until midnight. So I know that we are in the nighttime realm. And as before put in there, thank you. This is in the wiki now also, that night includes gloaming, evening, midnight, late watches, and fore dawn. So during those times are when you can go and catch fireflies. So if you are in day, which includes dawn, morning, noon, afternoon, and dusk, you cannot catch fireflies. So you have to wait for that rotation to come around. So it is nighttime now, so we're gonna go. And what did I say, Rushok Bog? We're pretty sure that's the Shire, right? Okay, so we need to get to the Shire. We could do this a couple of ways. We could take our milestone. Wow, that's a whole crowd of people going by. Neat. Oh, we can take our milestone, which we have set to 5 minutes, which is great, down to the bottom, and then take that to Mickle Delving. You want to go personal housing? Okay, so we also have our neighborhood is in the Shire. Our kinship has started buying up houses together in a neighborhood in the Shire. It's so awesome. I got a house I've never had before. I think it's number 6 Myrtle Court. So I like the deluxe houses. I like the big houses. They make me very happy. So, oh yeah, hey, here's my house. So 6 Myrtle Court. And I've already started decorating with the scant amount of decorations I've been able to pick up. But I am loving it. Like, I love this location, and there's a waterfall right there. It's just so pretty, and yes, this basin is radiant. It's a radiant basin. I don't think it does anything. Yeah, just looks pretty. But look at this. I can walk out my door, and I'm in the center of town in like no time at all. So I can get over here and talk to Wenda. I can do the task board stuff. I can go into here. There's a supplier in here, and I always remember that you get a discount with your, you have the same house on Landerval. I really like it. I have not gotten that one before. The one I have on Laurelin, so that's our kin house on Laurelin, right? Yeah, so I have this house here, which is also lovely. It's got a great view and everything. But oh my gosh, like I'm just like so in love with my house on Myrtle Court. I can't stand it. Just like, oh, love it. So in a neighborhood, you get a discount for having a house in the neighborhood when you go to the supplier, or anything like that in the neighborhood. So I've been doing a lot of farming with another one of my characters because they're a scholar and you need those materials in order to level up. Then some of them you get from for making dyes are in the thing. And also another way is to get some money in the game is to buy some crops, farm them, shuck them, and then sell them back to the vendor, and you make more money than you spend. So it's a slow progression again, but I'm up to a whole 12 gold now. So woohoo! Total amongst all my characters. It's pretty funny. All right. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so we did this crazy little shortcut yesterday. So this is hilarious. We're in the Shire. Like, we're right here, and we're trying to get up here by Needlehole up in the bog. It's actually kind of over on this side. But Needlehole, Erdluin, it's got that little teleport, zoom through there. So we did this funny thing. So we're going to go to Kellendim, right? No, Fallithorn Homesteads. We're going to the homesteads. So I'm going to pay my silver for that. So it's good that we came to the home rather than, and I'm going to dismount, because then we wouldn't have been able to get to the homesteads from Minas Tirith. So we are already here, and we're trying to get to the Shire, which it's going to take us through that teleport, and we're going to be right there. It's hilarious. So, oh, I didn't get on my horse. I thought I did. Let me try that again. Okay, here I come. We went ahead and we're both wearing our entwining outfits and riding our entwining horses, or mounts. So there we go. We're boom. So it's way faster than going to Mickle Delving and then riding up. It's quite funny. Oh, I am not tracking wood, but I could be. And I am going to... I went ahead and got a universal... crafting kit. Oh, good, I'm wearing it. And I've been sharing it among my characters. And I forgot to stick it in my carry-all into my shared storage. So what I've been trying to do is every time I log off is put it in my shared storage, so I don't have to buy another one. Well, we'll see if that is a good long-term strategy, because it's festival time. I'm playing all 3 of my characters on this server. I've started 3 characters here, and I'm playing all 3 of them every day. So now they don't all need the crafting tool. 2 of them do, because the other one's, she's a farmer, and then she's this one, she's the gatherer of wood while we're out and about in the world. So So yeah, I keep trading it back and forth. Now there's a bundle that you can get from the Lotro store, which includes a universal kit, but I'm not sure if it's like, because I like the 450 Lotro point one, and I'm not sure if that one is the, yeah, mine is the, I like the Enduring Universal Toolkit, because you get 20% critical chance on things, and the harvesting duration is minus 4.5 seconds, which is awesome. Oh, hey, we're here. Okay, so on our map, you can see that I don't have it on our map, so let's fix that. Let me get rid of all these. Remove all. All right, I want to have ruby fireflies up on my map. Thank you very much. So now you can see we are in this area. And see it's floating right here in front of me. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. It's got that cute little ring and it flies away. No, I got it before it flew away. Now you notice I can do it mounted, so that's convenient. And then on my mini radar is where you would see all of them. I don't see any more right now because we are cleaning them out. But the nice thing, oh, I forgot, things might see me out here. That's just so funny. I am so not used to being a low-level character again. And so we're having to be careful. And we'll end up doing some stuff in landscape today, and we'll show you. But basically, there's this Eye of Sauron thing that is happening, where when you're attacking things, they attract the Eye of Sauron to you while in that combat. And there's like this bolt of fire that comes raining down on you. And now you get a little bit of visual warning that it's coming. There'll be like a red box outline on the ground, area effect, basically. And so you like got to keep an eye out for that. If you see that, if you get out of the box in time before the fire comes down, then you don't get hit. So you notice that we ran out of fireflies for a minute, but now there's a whole bunch more. I've seen that there's 3 of us out here collecting fireflies. And so they do reset, and they reset reasonably quickly, which I very much appreciate that. So I'm at 8. So we'll go over here and get this one. That'll make 9. Uh-oh, are you in combat? Just a frog? Are you okay with that frog? Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not joking about that. Like, for those of you who are watching, you're like, are you okay with a frog? Yeah, of course. No, like, so a couple things, right? Like the Eye of Sauron that I mentioned, like that thing is nasty and you do not want to get hit by it if you can avoid it. Or at least make sure you've got a healer nearby to get you back out of there. But the other thing is that we are running, and let me see, it should be on here. Where's my difficulty? Oh, here, it's this thing. Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. So I've got this difficulty buff. It says, you have chosen to face a more difficult challenge in the lands of Middle-earth. So I have chosen difficulty deadly. Now just straight up deadly. I didn't do +1 or any of those yet. I'm just doing straight up regular difficulty right now. Amusingly, it's giving me some bonuses that I don't want. I'm getting 20% experience gain on monster kills, and now the +5% virtue XP, I'm okay with that. So to balance off of that 20% experience gain that I'm getting, I'm wearing a tortoise stone. There it is. So that's what this is, the stone of the tortoise. Here, I'll pop that off too. And it goes into your pocket. It's a pocket item. And it disables all the experience from monster kills and all your experience from quest completions. So basically, I will stay right here at this spot on my experience bar forever until I take off that stone and, you know, if I take it out of my pocket. Now, once you take it out of your pocket, normal stuff applies. I'll get back to my 20% experience gain and so on. Yeah, so, oh, she's got a box. You see, oh dear, yep. So, well, you didn't take a lot of damage there. Maybe you got out in time. Oh, she just healed up really fast. That's awesome. I'm gonna take some food just in case we do something. Okay, so we are done with fireflies here. So what we would do is we would take these fireflies back to the lady in Minas Tirith, and then she's gonna put them in little lanterns, and then she wants us to put the lanterns out. And then I assume that they get let out at some point in the future. I don't know. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go do the other quests that are festival quests. So do you wanna mount up? We could walk, ride over to the party tree. And we can look for goods on the way and see if there's any slugs. If there's any slugs, we could hit them too. Because we're still working on our slug slayer deed. Oh, there's one. We did the basic the other day. We got through that one, but we're still working on the advanced. Cool. I think we're just going to hit slugs on the way out. I don't think we're going to try and do a full clear, even though... Well, sometimes we do that. Oh, I ended up with a swarm anyway. Oh, yeah, okay. We try to do a full clear when we come in here to go searching for slugs, so you don't have just all the non-slug things left. Try to be, you know, good stewards. We do the frogs and the gnats. All the frogs, all the gnats. We take them all out. Oh, there's some stuff for you there, some deposit copper. All right, awesome. So you have 3 already, because you have 4 characters, though, don't you? Yeah. So 4 characters and 3 universal kits, enduring kits. That's so funny. Oh, but yeah, there's let me see if I can find it. So people were talking about it. Apparently, there's one in the Lotro store, and then there's one on the Lotro, like the exterior website store. I don't know what it's called though. Let's see if I can just look under toolkit. Toolkit. So we've got the universal. Oh, mountain. Okay, we've got the universal. Oh, I think it might be this. Yeah, this Middle Earth Essentials pack. What? Wait, no, I didn't mean that. So it's a one-time offer. So my understanding is you can get it once per account, and it applies to that server, but it's only. Oops, I'm not sure why I'm not. Oh, that's why. Okay, so it includes the riding skill, a Middle Earth Steed selection box, a modest virtue pack, a 6-stack of premium housing writs, a universal toolkit. Okay, so just the basic one, not the good one. And then 500 silver. You know, I should have done that though when we first started. The 500 silver would have been really useful when we started on this server. But that's 1,000. Now, if it included the enduring universal toolkit, I'd be all over it. But I don't, yeah, I think that's why I haven't done it, because I don't want the, in my opinion, subpar toolkit. I like the better one. You keep forgetting to leave it in your shared storage. You just end up buying another one. That's funny. Well, maybe you could get that package next time for a character that doesn't need to go so fast. Okay, so I've talked to the sneaky Hobbit. Oh, I forgot to show you all what she says. Oh, I think we've talked about this before, though. She's got invitations for people to keep them away from a wedding. All right, we'll go ahead and do this one, too. So this troublesome tween, she wants us to go and put foul flowers onto tables. We're decorating. You know, this is the Hobbit version of being a stinker, I guess. So now we can't be seen by that guy. There's 2 of them walking around, and we're trying to go to that vase. Now there's 2 vases we have to go to, one over here and one on the other side. So notice he's stopped there and he's looking at the table. He's looking around, looking around. We're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Creep up a little bit. So now he's not looking our way, so I think we can sneak in there. We're gonna try it. All right, we've snuck in. See, it says right there, you must not be spotted by Kaltha's helpers. Oh, one of the troublesome tweens that we need to give, or troublesome hobbits that we need to get an invitation to is right here, so we do that. And then there's another helper from over on this side, and that's the vase we're looking for. So we're waiting, we're waiting. And then he's gonna walk off the other way. Yep, all right, cool. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh yeah, right under his nose. All right, no dancing right now. I will try to catch a dance if we can, because I want to, I know that that's still something that catches people up on how to do the dances. So I definitely want to do that on stream today if I can, and just show you how to do it, and some kind of like typical pitfalls, like, kind of do some tech support on if you don't see it, what's going on, or if you fail at what might have happened. All right, here we have another troublesome Hobbit.
How do you do?
So these are folks who maybe are unpleasant at the weddings, or they just eat all the food and don't leave stuff for everybody else, or they kind of, make themselves a bit too welcome. All these things. Oh, I think it's raining. So where we currently live, we're in an apartment, and there's a. Let me say hi to the Hobbit. Excellent, thank you. Over the stove, where the fan and all that is, there's a metal piece at the very tippy top you can hear. So when it's raining, you can hear it go plunk, 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 plunk. It's kind of funny. I knew Lobelia was wrong about them not inviting me. Wait till I show her this. All right, so we got that one. Did you get this one over here, honey? All right, I'll just trade you hobbits. What's this? An invitation? Of course I'll be there. And let's see, there's sometimes one that comes walking out of here, and then they walk down this way. So if you're looking for him, that's his path. Aha, my wife will finally stop asking me about this. All right, so now we have one more left, and they are up by Lobelia. They're standing up by Lobelia. So this is kind of like the Lobelia Ted Sandyman crowd that we're possibly asking them not to come and be a part of this wedding. I mean, we could just be like, hey, could you not go? But I guess that was giving them we already talked to her, right? Giving them a false invitation is the better way to go. I don't know. It seems like a funny thing, but sure. All right, so what's that? So when do you learn the magic power of campsites? Ah, I know, right? So that's the only problem about, turtling at 15 is there's a lot of hunter skills that I don't know, and I won't get anytime soon. I think it's like 22 or something like that, maybe 24. I usually end up going over to the wiki. Okay, so we have finished that, and she's going to give us a midsummer token and a strawberry bun baking kit. So that is the fun things when you're doing the quests that are outside of the region. So for this one, for the Midsummer Celebration, there are 4 different kits that you can get, and from those then you make 4 different things. So you make like these wedding banners, you make these centerpieces, you make some biscuits, or what's the 4th thing? Oh, drinking horns. And they all apply to different types of crafting. So and they're all apprentice level, so at least that anybody can do. So like as a woodworker, I can make the banner of the newlywed. So I would need banner of the newlywed kits, and then I can craft these. Now, and it tells me, which is really cool, they can be earned by completing Midsummer quests in Breetown. So there's 2 quests that we can do in Breetown, and each one of those earns us one of these kits. These are the 2 quests that we can do in the Shire. Those earned us the baking kits, of course, the strawberry bun baking kit. There's 2 in South Eredluin by the elves, and those give us the centerpiece ones. And then there's 2 we can do with the dwarves, and those give us the drinking horns. So, all right. So, do we want to? Oh yeah, you forget. We went ahead and bought Lalia's Market. Should we do Lalia's Market then? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that. So, a neat trick that I pointed out last week or the week before, probably last week because that was the first week of the Treebeard server, is that if you go to Lalia's Market, and I'll show you where to do this since we're here, you can get a travel to skill here at Lalia's Market. And you go and you talk to Lalia right in here. So we're in this door here, which, although I think technically this is the south door. But anyway, so you go, it's the door that you come in from the boar fountain. So you come in and you talk to her, and she's got the Return to Lalia's Market. It costs 3 mithril coins. You can buy a pack of 5 mithril coins pretty cheap for Lotro points. So absolutely worth it. Also, if you're desperate for dies and you can't wait until we get into higher tiers, you can buy dies from Lalia for mithril coins as well. What else does she got? More dies. Did I skip ahead? More dies. Yeah, so she's got a lot of dies. And the travel skill. So, travel skill, very cool. Yeah, so we went ahead and got that. And I'm a little distracted, my kin chat. Aww. So getting to level 20, on this server is a little tough, right? Like, it's really easy to die on this server, especially if you're playing it like Deadly or any of the Deadlies. And so one of our kinnies did not make it to 20 and is going to miss out on getting their Undying title. That's too bad. That's a bummer. She is level 17. She was just 3 levels away. Ooh. Yeah, the bleeds are really getting us. I'm really grateful that I've got the Purge Poison, because that's helping us with like disease, wounds, fears, poisons. And I can, so like, because the pair of us, we run around together a lot. And it's very convenient for me to be able to take the bleeds off of my healer, and then my healer can heal me, but she can't take the bleeds off me yet. So, but we are, yeah, she's been doing a great job of using one of those alts is Cook, and so making us the good foods. So I've got a complete Hobbit breakfast. Here, I'll show you all the different ones I've got here. So this is actually really important on this server right now. Is to make sure that you have things to keep you alive. And foods, man, it's so funny. It's a whole different experience, because like if you go to the auction house, things like, remember I was saying I'm a woodworker, so I'm making like these ash bows and crossbows. Like this is for level 12. It's an item level 14, but you can start using it at level 12. And then I've also been making like the Rowan bows, which you can start using at level 7. It's just crazy because people are buying those up off the auction house. Now I'm putting them up really cheap because, as I mentioned, you don't have a lot of money at the beginning. So I'm basically just trying to make my money back. But I'm really glad that like people are putting things in the auction house, and I'm glad to be able to get things in the auction house, put them up for other people. And so foods are also selling well. Oh, nice. So we have somebody who's saying they just started playing Lotro last night for the first time. Welcome. And decided to, felt like it would take forever to get caught up on live servers, so you started on Treebeard. Very cool. So as I mentioned, Treebeard is a slower experience. We are having that experience restriction happening to us. So we're earning 40% of experience instead of 100%. But I mean, it's great because that's going to give you the chance to really enjoy the areas a bit more on level, because unfortunately what happens on the live servers is you level up really, really fast, especially these early levels. Like you can get to 22 and without even blinking, really. So this has been fun because we have been able to do things in the Shire and do things in Eredluin, and we're like on level with stuff. Now, I think I will want us to soon get to level 20, like unturtle and get to level 20, because then we won't have to lose that Undying title if we die along the way. Because although I'm less attached to that than maybe some other people, but I'm still like, at this point I would like to get it if possible. So, okay, so these are the things that I have. So you can have 1 cooked food, 1 fortifying food, and 1 trail food active at a time. So, and then the honey cakes. We'll come back to those though. So I have the 3 up right there in a row. So I keep those on when we're out and about. The stuffed cabbage here, the cooked food, it basically gives me my morale and my power regeneration, both in combat and out of combat. And there's 3 different kinds of this cooked food that you can do. One, like I have, where you get just a little bit of in combat regeneration, but a lot of out of combat regeneration. So as soon as combat is over, zoom, I'm right back up. There's one that you can get that's basically the opposite. So you get a lot of in combat regeneration, but it's very slow when you're out of combat. And then there's one that's kind of in the middle where you get, you know, basic, more of a balance of the two. So that's my cooked food. And then for my fortifying food, it's resistance and wound resistance. So hopefully that helps me, you know, survive things a little bit longer. And then for the trail food, we've got vitality. And vitality gives me health, gives me morale. And so my morale is at 996 right now. Woo! So that vitality, +6 vitality. If I go into my character screen, vitality, let's see. How much does, wait, maybe I'm looking the wrong way around. No, vitality gives me morale, 38 points to maximum morale. So I can't remember the multiplier. It's like times 7? 4. Oh, okay. 4 morale per vitality. So I'm getting 24 morale from using the Complete Hobbit Breakfast. Now, they do have a duration. Their durations are not the same. Like, your trail food lasts for 20 minutes. Your fortifying, this one, lasts for 20 minutes. And this cabbage, my cooked food, lasts for 10 minutes. So you kind of have to manage that, because I think when we get into the higher levels, it's like 20, 10, 5 or something like that, it seems like. Now, then there's also Bjorn's honey cake, and it doesn't fit into any of these categories. So basically it's a 4th category of things that you can also have that going on at the same time. So then this gives us more in combat regeneration and out of combat regeneration. And it again focuses highly on the just a little bit in combat, but a lot when you're out of combat. So a lot of times we'll do that. We'll do all 3 of these and then do that one also. Now it shares the cooldown with the cooked food though. So when you eat your cooked food, you have to wait for that cooldown to finish, which is 30 seconds, and then you can do the honey cakes. But it's great because it stacks. So that is neat. Oh, all right, we're gonna get those out of the way. Okay, so we are gonna go do the 2 tasks that are here in Bree that are part of the festival. Okay, so first one, I think we'll go talk to Barliman. You're in the Prancing Pony, awesome. Well, I'll be right there. Okay, so Barliman Butterbear, the center of all things Bree, it seems like. Filled to the brim. That's the name of the quest that we are picking up. And he basically is saying the festival is exciting and people are having a great time, and the place is a mess and people are getting out of control. That's the short version. Oops, did I forget to accept it? There we go. So we want to coax down some drunken revelers. We need 6 people for that. And then there are abandoned mugs, people just leaving their trash lying around, leaving their used goods all lying around. So we're gonna pick that up as well. And we need to find 8 disused or abandoned mugs that are littering up the place and pick all those up as well. All right, so there's a little path that I take. You'll notice I kind of started at the front of the room and I'm kind of making a circle around the room. And I'm not really worrying too much about the revelers, but you know, I catch 1 or 2 while I'm on my way around. Because I only need 6 of those, but the mugs are harder to find. Here, we'll go ahead and grab this guy since he's right next to me. I didn't kick anyone's drinks, did I? Nope. There's a mug right behind Barliman. He's so distracted. So distracted. So I should be at 5, yep. And then there's 1 behind the door. This is the route that I like. There are mugs and revelers everywhere. Like there's mugs and revelers down there. Obviously there was some in the front room. There's some down in this back room, this kind of kitchen area. So I am gonna stop in here in the kitchen because this is a convenient way to get 2 revelers and 2 mugs. And they're all next to each other basically. So this works for me. Wow, I can hear the rain's really coming down now. That's awesome. All right, so that is 8 mugs and I need 1 more reveler. Now, if you end up in here and there's a bunch of people doing it, don't worry too much. The mugs, like they don't go away. You can pick them up right after somebody else has picked them up. And the revelers, you might get a bunch of them really fast, like they might disappear really fast, but they come back. Like, people are partying hard around here. Don't worry about that. All right, so we've got ours. And again, we're going to get a Midsummer token, and then we also get a kit. And this one is the Banner of the Newlywed Kit. So remember, that's the version of the kit that we get from Bree. It's kind of thematic, I suppose. It's like it's all the wood and like, what's the material I'm thinking of? But yeah, it's like wood and canvas. So, and Bree is kind of made up of wood and canvas, right? All right, where are you at? You are nearby. So the other one we're going to do is we need to go back towards the the front of town, the West Gate, which unfortunately I do not have the ability to port us there yet as a hunter. It's like, you find 6 mugs in the main room. Yeah, I find 5 in the main room, including the one behind Barlaman, and then 1 behind the door, so that makes 6. Okay, I've already picked this one up, I think. Let me double check. But I think I have it already. Yep, all fired up. So that's the quest we're going to do now. So she is a potter, and she had an apprentice or helper or somebody who came and just knocked everything down. Oh, we're going to the festival grounds? Okay. And so she needs to make a whole bunch of new stuff. So she needs clay, and she needs... let's do a dance real quick. And then I'll tell you more about this lady, the potter. Okay, so first thing you do is you find the dance leader, you click on them, and you accept the quest. And then you wait. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave the area. Don't go grab something. Like, just be ready. Now, the dances happen every 20 minutes. So if you are at a dance and then like you get there just as it's ending or something, it'll start up again in 20 minutes. So you want to come back in like 15 minutes because I think she stands here for 4 to 5, somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes she stands here. I haven't actually timed it. So I am going to follow her that way so these are some of my, best practices of how to not fail the dance. It's like a board game where there's so many ways you can fail, but only one way you can succeed. That's kind of what we're doing here. All right, so I am, okay, we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds until it starts Thinks Affodil. That's their guess. Which means it would start like at 1950. It would start on the 50 in this case. That's our guess. We'll find out. So I'm following her right now, which means my screen is going to start moving as soon as she starts moving to start the dance. That should be a good visual cue for me that I got to pay real close attention if I've started wandering off mentally. Okay, so that is one of my first best practices, how to not miss the dance. Second, make sure you have her selected up here. If I try to do the dance and I do not have her selected, I will fail. That is a given. Okay, so that's number 2. Make sure you have her selected, or him, because depending on the dance leader. Okay, third thing, over here it's got the dance quest listed. So there's 2 ways you could do this. I could go and into my thing type /dance1 /dance2, whatever. Don't do that. Don't make life hard on yourself. In that way lies madness. Next to this quest is going to be that little square that comes up when you have to do an emote like in a quest, and that will take you through the dances you need to do. So when dance 1 will pop up, you just click it. Dance 2, you just click it. Dance 3, you just click it. Okay. So make sure you're clicked on her, and then watch for those buttons to come up. Now, I have gotten impatient, and I'm like, click, 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 and then it comes up, and I start clicking, and nothing happened. I'm like, what happened? I clicked off of her. That's my problem, right? Okay, so I'm constantly checking, am I clicked on her? Now, when you do a step effectively, like when you get it and get it right, in your general output, it will say step performed, I think is what it says. So that's another thing you could do is you could have that open and kind of keep an eye on that, and you'll see it come up in your stuff. And it also pops up in the middle of the screen, but I've noticed that things aren't always like immediate. So you might do 3 steps in a row, and it's slowly getting to the third one, right? Okay, well, it's 1950. She hasn't started yet. So she hasn't started on the 0, but maybe we're still in the 0 of the hour. We'll see. We'll see. I know, right? She's taking her time. You know, the water is very mesmerizing there. I mean, look at that water. Actually, it probably would look even better if I had post-processing effects on. I have them off right now because of the Eye of Sauron thing. Okay, so let's see. What else are some best practices here? So if you fail a dance, it's probably because you weren't looking at her, or you didn't get it done in time, or you somehow stepped out of the area. But hopefully you just stay right there near her and you won't leave the area. Now, the dances come up, the icons come up on your quest tracker faster than the dance leader does them. So don't wait for the dance leader. You've got to go ahead and click that button when it comes up because there's a timer on it. So like they start off and you've got like 11 seconds for each one of them. But when you get further on into the dances, because there's like kind of lumps, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so notice I clicked off of her, so I'm gonna click back on her. So later on you only have like 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. So it's up, go. All right, so that's group 1. We've completed it, and you'll notice it says at the top, step performed. Let me see if I can turn myself so maybe that doesn't. Now she says, look at me and dance step 1. Yes, look at her, but just push the button. Don't try to type it in. You'll drive yourself crazy that way. Okay, now we're ready. Here it goes. Here's another one. And now we're going to click the next one. And we're going to click the next one. And the next one's up. I do like a slight pause, so that way I don't end up clicking off of her. So I kind of like, I make sure I'm clicked on her, and then the button comes up, click. Button comes up, click. Click, pause, click, pause, click. So I don't, see? Click, pause, click, and I'm done. So that is your kind of tutorial on how to effectively make it through learning how to do a dance. And you can't see it, but here, I'll move it up for a moment. You can see in my general, it says step perform, step perform, step perform, step perform. And I was able to kind of keep an eye on that as I was going through the dances. Okay, and notice she's still going. Like, I've already done all of the dances. Also, you'll notice that, like, I haven't stopped moving. It does say, you know, rest, blah, blah, blah. I don't bother with that because I'm afraid that I might click off of her by mistake and, you know, I don't want to mess up, right? All right, do I need Dance Man? Nope, I have both of them already. So this was just for funsies. I'm missing Hobbit 2. Okay, so now I'm going to stop dancing, but I'll go ahead and talk to her and turn in the quest at least.
What can I do for
Sure, 2. It doesn't matter, I already have it. And it also doesn't count toward festival activities. Oh well. But it was fun. So, it would have given me experience. And the reason I believe this is because it just told me that I'm not earning any experience at this time. Are you doing horse races? Okay, we'll do the horse races. So, okay. So you have to have the riding skill, apparently, in order to do this. Which I didn't know that. So let's see. Let me zoom out so I can see from above. And I have to get on a horse. And then this, I kind of slip around that. I did that by mistake one day. And then I was like, oh, awesome. Okay, hang on, I gotta jump. And then I jump. I try to jump like way ahead of time. Because, I don't know, I just struggle with that jumping business. Oh, I fell in. Speaking of. All right, my steed is slowed by a sticky mire. Yes, I see that. I also try to take as much of the inside route as I can sometimes. You know, it only sort of helps. Now, I think Affidel jumps over the ends of those. I have not tried that. All right, here comes the next one. Let's see if I can do this one. Okay, we're back to regular speed. And jump. Yay! Do you like how I tell my computer to do it? Jump! And it responded. It was fantastic. It's like voice activated. Telling myself to do it. All right. Yay! All right, so we turn that in. And we're going to get 3 Midsummer tokens. And that now has, we have done 4 celebrations of Midsummer items. So that's cool. And there's 2 horse races. There's one here and then there's one in not Micklediving, but in the Shire. It's south of Micklediving. So hello to everybody who is joining us or has joined us since we've started. Yeah, make sure you don't take us down a big hill, honey. Off a cliff. I do not want to die. We are on the Treebeard server, and we are running around doing festival quests for the Midsummer Festival here on Lord of the Rings Online. And we are doing the different ones that get you the different types of kits that you can then craft. Yes, all the outside of Minas Tirith quests. Yeah. And these give us items that we can then craft up into kits and craft the kits and get things that we can turn into a lady on the craftsman's tier in Minas Tirith for festival. It counts towards the festival stuff also. Okay, so you're grabbing that clay. Okay, I'll grab this one. So one of the things we need to get for that potter whose stuff got broken is deposits of clay. So when you come out here, there's clay along the bank out here, and there's clay in there, and then there's clay over there. So maybe I'll just mount up and roll around. Now I gotta be careful because you'll notice there's some red dots over there, and I do not want to get on their radar. I came here for the clay, not for the combat right now. Thanks, guys. We'll be back. We'll be back. We haven't started really doing Bree quests in our questing. We're working our way through the Shire, and we've already done all of South and North Heirloom. We went ahead and did both of those. So the elves are happy with us, and the dwarves are happy with us, although we're not, kindred with them yet. Like, we still got a ways to go with that. And what else? I still need one more clay. Hello, chat. You have an unusual question. What does a yellow burglar wear? Do they stay in terms of solo landscape compared to other classes? Well, that is an awesome question. I'm not sure that I can answer it. I have tried to play burglar, and I am not good at being a burglar. But that is really because I'm not, like, Lotro. Oh, wait, Yarrow. Sorry, squirrel. Melee here in Lord of the Rings Online just doesn't seem to be my thing. I very much enjoy the distance characters, the distance classes. So I'm playing a hunter. Now you'll notice I'm playing a yellow line hunter. I don't know if you saw that. Let me pull up my Gandalf. So I am playing a yellow line hunter, and that gives me this deadly decoy, which I love, and especially here on the server, and then some other yellow stuff. So it's what I'm focused on. Yeah, we'll do it in a minute. I'm really focused on crowd control, basically, with my yellow line stuff. So here, we'll go ahead and get into combat with this bear, and I will go ahead and drop my decoy. It pulls aggro, so that bear didn't notice us yet. How funny. Okay, let me get his attention. I'll go stand next to him. Okay, now he notices me. So notice he went for me, but now my decoy has his attention. And same thing's gonna happen. Uh-oh. And it blows up. I love it. I've got it high enough level that it blows up. And so it does damage. So I have, and then I also have this trap, this tripwire. So that slows him down. Like he can't go anywhere. It also did not do damage. We must have already just damaged him. And then I've got this other trap, which does do damage if you step on it. So here, I'll put another Oh, well, we've already got rid of him. But there's my decoy. So that's what I'm enjoying with Yellow Line. I don't know how Yellow Line Burglar, it looks in terms of that kind of a spec. My understanding is a lot of times, so like with Hunter, I know that Redline Hunter is the big DPS, like you do the most damage in Redline Hunter, but you also have to stand still. So you lose that mobility that you would normally get as a hunter. So Redline, no mobility, but you get more, more pew pew. Blue Line, you're able to do a lot more kiting. And so you don't have quite as much damage, but you've got more flexibility of movement, which, with this server would be the right thing to do, because if you stand still too long, you'll probably get killed. So I know the differences between, for example, Hunter, Red Line, Blue Line, Yellow Line. That Yellow Line is often known as, I don't know if support's the right word, but crowd control. I think Burglar does a lot of crowd control though already, right? With all of those tricks that you have. So I really wanted to get good at Burglar because there's some instances out there that I really enjoy doing, and if I could have been a Burglar in that would have made me really happy, but I still just cannot get the rotation down. Yeah. So, and I don't know, maybe other people in the chat can talk about what they, their burglariousness and how that's worked for them. You dragged your skill into the middle of your screen and now it's disappeared. Okay, this one I might actually know how to fix. And also in chat, if there's anybody else who's, can talk about maybe the lines, the characters they play, and what the difference is between yellow, red, and blue, maybe that would help out Mark Nesmith here. Okay, so yes, if you hit K for skills, so it will, let me back up a smidge. It will bring up all of your skills that you have. And then yes, you can drag it back on. Now you can lock your bars, and that is if you go to the control panel, which this is one way to get there is by hitting the little thing there, go to System and Options. So if you go into your options here, go to Key Mapping, that's where I do it, and I forget what it's called, but I think it's lock something. Lock and unlock quick slots. So you can set a key binding on your keyboard that will allow you to toggle that back and forth. So for me, I picked something that's off on the side. So I have this little plus over here, which is far away from, because like my hands are usually over in this area. So I didn't want to be hitting it by mistake, right? I wanted to be intentional. And so I picked this key way over here. So you'll notice, oops, let me get out of that. I don't want to screw that up. All right, so if I press the thing, you'll see at the very top there, it says, quick slot bar is now off. And then I push it again, quick slot bar is now on. So that way I don't drag things off by mistake, because I am absolutely capable of doing that. I have much experience in dragging my buttons off by mistake. And once in a while I forget to relock it. And then I'm like, oh crap, honey, keep going in combat without me. I gotta figure out what I just lost. So yours is not a unique problem. Definitely. You are among friends. Okay, so we had to pick up some pine logs because that is what the potter uses as part of her stuff for the kiln, for her pottery. And then we need to talk to a tatter. She's in the middle of town, not too far from the housing broker's office and the mayor's office. So we'll head that way. And then on the south side of Bree, so out here, there are some willow. There's a willow tree, and we need to go get some boughs from there because she's going to use the willow leaves as an imprint as part of the decoration on these things that she's doing. Oh, Now, we're on Treebeard. Remember I said there's some different stuff happening here. So, you notice I got a red eye hanging out over me. It's because the Eye of Sauron is checking me out. So here, we'll tip that out of here. So, the Eye of Sauron, your arrogance, dun, 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 has caught the attention of deadly powers. So, it lasts for 3 minutes. And so currently for another minute and 35 seconds, we're not 100% sure what it does, like if it makes the creatures more likely to attack. I have the tatter, thank you. Or does it make them harder? Does it give them a buff? We're not 100% sure what the Eye of Sauron does, but it's on me right now, so there we go. So now I know. And it's great because it does show you up at the top. You know it's there. Okay, so now we've reached South Bree, and we're going to keep on heading out of town. So, yeah, you're welcome, Skinny. I'm glad that we were able to help with that. That's a nice, easy question. I like that one. So now, I mean, yeah, as Mubot points out here, we can't help with like in-game issues like store problems or like anything. We're not, so most of the people who are streaming here are just volunteers. We're just here having fun and sharing that fun, you know, with you all. So we are not SSG employees, and we don't have any power when it comes to SSG. We just know things like, because I don't know, we talk to people and like I watch Cord stream on Fridays. Come on, mount up. There we go. Yeah. I finally got mounted, and then where's women? Yeah, and I pay attention to what he says, and I do a recap for my kinships and stuff like that. So, but I don't have like insider knowledge or anything like that. So, hello, welcome to the chat. So we are finishing up. This is the second of the Bree quests for outside of Minas Tirith for the festival. So now we need to go back to that Potter, and she's up at the west gate. So the quickest way to get there is to take the Stable Master. It's so far. I know. It's worth it. For 1 silver, it's usually worth it, even if we have so little money to start off with. And yes, we do have to transition once, so if your computer is not good at transitions, then maybe it's not quite as fast. But okay, so now we're gonna turn ourselves around, turn the beat around, there we go, and come back this way. And there she is, and she's ready for us. And you see, oh, you forgot to put your turtle stone back on? Oh, well, in that case, I'm gonna join you. Oh yeah. All right, I'm taking my turtle off for a moment. And there we go. I'm gonna get stuff. I'm gonna get some experience. Aw, I didn't catch up. I'm still level 15. I'm gonna go to 16 though. If you're at 16, I'm gonna catch up. That just puts me that much closer to some of my other skills. And we're gonna get Bree. We're gonna get to Bree really soon. And we're gonna be pretty happy to have a little bit of extra level. Okay, so now we have done both of the quests in Bree, and we've done both of the quests in the Shire. So we want to head over to Erdluin because we've got 4 to do there, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. So sure, we will go up to Thorin's Hall. So we'll take the swift travel to Thorin's Gate. And when we get there, we're going to dismount because we want to go up into the actual hall. So we'll wait till we resolve. Thrasi's Lodge. We did the Fireflies. Yeah, we did. Okay. There we go. We get mounted up. And one of the things I'm loving about being on Treebeard is these starter areas. Like, there are people joining every day, and there's people starting new alts every day. And there's people who are still questing, and there's people who've got their turtles on like we do. So like you're running into people a lot more in all of these various areas, and I'm really loving that. And I know that's like the intention of these legendary servers is to get, people will post, oh my gosh. So and you're looking for fellowship, it's hilarious, right? So if you're on a live server, like the ones that are maxed out at 130, And looking for fellowship, it's always like these Remerchant and all these high level blah-de-blahs, all that stuff going on. Well, over here, people are like, looking for help with Jagger Jack. There was one, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so here we're going to talk to this guy. He's a barber, and he is having trouble keeping up with everything. So he's asking us to go and shine the beards of dwarves in anticipation of, in their preparation for midsummer. So look, he's all shiny. He's all sparkly. So yeah, the other day there was one that it was like, what was it called? Like Fosco's Farm or something like that. So basically it's a Staddle quest. It's a quest in Staddle, which is outside of Bree. And it's like early level stuff though. It's like a level 12 quest. And basically the guy's gotten himself, the Hobbit out there has gotten himself a little bit over his head. And so you end up in an instance and there's brigands and you have to fight them off and stuff like that. And people were asking for help with that, a level 12 instance. It was great. It was so funny because I had to go look it up on the wiki because I was like, what are they asking for help with? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. So I'm loving how things are going on this server. In fact, let me see. People are looking for help around Fornost. Okay, they've gotten themselves all the way to Fornost. Some folks have. Okay, I need to find some more beards to shine here. Hang on a second. Usually they show up. So we are on our way, though, to... Oh, there's one. I'm going to shine this guy's beard. We're on our way to pick up the second quest. So I'll show you that here. After I finish shining this guy's beard. All right, he's like, skillies at you, not bad for an apprentice. It's awesome. You want that one or you want me to? Okay, I'll do this one then. Yeah, so it looks like people are looking for help around Fornost at the moment. So in Fornost is Lone Lands, or no, where's North Downs, that's it. I'm like, where's Avendim? North Downs. So people are in the North Downs. So now, of course, as always, there's, people who do things differently, right? So there are some people who are at level 50, because there's some good content at level 50, and I think that they just wanted to, like, get there and just spend the next, 5 to 6 months sitting there. Or maybe they're going to use that character to go off and get resources to support their other characters, maybe like that. So, now, what we just did is we picked up a quest from this guy, and it's called More Precious Than Mithril. Oh, I've got all my dwarves, thank you. And so basically, some of the dwarves want to make something special for their spouses, and so they've sent us out to get the materials so they can make the stuff. How do you get a horse? You are able to get one, but only for 24 hours. Oh, the whistle? Yeah. So in free to play, you don't what you need is two parts, basically. You need a mount, but you need the riding skill. And the riding skill you will have to go and get from the Lotro store. It's 95 Lotro points, so it's not too bad. And if you go and do a bunch of quests, so let me pull up, here's a plugin that I like to use called the Deed Tracker. Let me put this in. So you don't have to use plugins. I just like to use plugins, so just putting that out there. I really enjoy using plugins. I find that just makes it life easier for me. It's like an accessibility thing for me almost. But anyway, so if you are running around in Eriador, in Bree, let's say the Shire, we have done 4 out of the 23 possible quests that earn you Lotro points out there. There's still 120 Lotro points to be earned out in the Shire, for example. There's 300 Lotro points you could earn in Breeland. There's 55 I still haven't earned in Erluin, but I got a bunch of the other ones because I've done 20 out of 27 out of the possible deeds you can do out there. So basically, yeah, if you go and look, if you do Shift L, that will bring up the deed log that's in the game. And you can look at that and see, so like what I was just looking at, Eriador. So like, let's look at the Shire. So like the farms of the Shire. you can go and you just find these 6 different farms in the Shire, and that gives you 5 Lotro points, as well as some other things. So that's an example of something you can do to get Lotro points. The sites of the Shire. Go find these different locations in the Shire. That'll give you another 5 Lotro points. So that could be a way for you to work your way up to getting the Lotro points. I'm not sure if so the level 20 thing, I believe that is if you are VIP and you're level 20, there's a quest you can do at Hangstacer's Farms, and that gives you the riding skill. So I think, and so those, yeah, and I'm not 100% sure I've got that 100% right, but I'm pretty sure that that's right, because I keep going and researching this because they have made changes in the past, and so it's very easy to get things mixed up on this one. But I'm pretty sure free to play, you have to buy the riding skill. VIP, if you're level 20, you can go do the quest. I'm pretty sure that that's how it's laid out at this time. I don't know that you have to be level 20 for the riding skill. I do know that you have to be at least level 5 and have the novice, whatever, be called a novice, which you get when you come out of the instance, when you come out of the beginner instance. Yeah, no, well, so that's the thing is you have to be level 5. I got novice, but I wasn't level 5. So that was my problem. So yeah, so when you come out of the instance, when you come out of the starter instance, and then it throws you out into the world, there's a quest that you basically complete to be like, hey, good job, welcome to the world. And that gives you that novice mark or whatever. You are a novice now, and that allows you to use, for example, your writing skill. Now I went ahead and in the store, there's a thing called Journeyman Writing, which costs like 2,000 Lotro points. So you're a ways off for that, but unless you want to go spend money. Is it over? There was a double Lotro points sale. I think it was through the 5th. I think that's over. But you can go and buy Lotro points with like real life money, and then you can use those Lotro points to buy things in the store. So you've got some options there. Like you don't have to wait and accumulate them, but you totally can. You don't, there's no requirement to go buy Lotro points or anything like that. But if you find yourself with 2,000 Lotro points, writing is one of the things that you get in the Journeyman Writing package, which I love because it gives you the writing skill, and then it gives you like apprentice writing, but then it gives you Journeyman Writing, which means it gives me faster mount speed. So I'm always at, does it say when I hover over her? It doesn't. I think I'm at like 78% mount speed, and the normal one is like 65% or something like that. So it just means you get places a little faster, and it means every time I start a new character, Journeyman Writing applies for the entire account. So every time I start a new character, they automatically get that stuff in their bag, like as soon as they get out. Actually, right away, as soon as I show up. Aha! I've leveled up. Did you need to do a dwarf dance? I don't know if I need a dwarf dance. Let me see. Dwarf. I already got both of them. Okay. All right, so we need to go. Oh, we could probably mount up. We need to go and turn in that other quest. So I came here, back to the barber, turned in that quest. Now we're going to go out into the main part and turn in that other quest. We'll take the materials over to Slagin. So what about the mounts? So yes, I mean, in the game, like at Hangstacer's Farms, for example, which is north of Bree, it's north of the Bree Land Festival Grounds. So you could take, if you need to get up there for some reason, you could take the free mount from Bree up to the festival grounds and then just walk from there up to Hangstacer's Farms if you wanted to. Although there might be a mount, you might be able to get a stable master mount from Bree to Hangstacer's, but it probably takes about the same amount of time. Okay, so we're going to turn this in. He gives us a Midsummer token and a drinking horn kit. And that gives me 2 of those drinking horn kits. Hurrah! We're going to sort that, get that out of the way. Okay, so now we need to go to Kellendim. Should we do personal housing? Okay. So mounts. So yes, so you can go up to Hangstacer's Farms and and get mounts up there for like 300 silver, 500 silver each for that character. Yeah, the writing skill, when you buy that for the 95 Ultra points, I'm pretty sure that's just for that character. I believe each character would have to buy it separately, which is another reason why I'm just so enamored with like journeyman writing, because it applies to all of my characters everywhere on the account. So every time I create a new character, they get the writing skill in their bags. So I am a big fan of account-wide benefits because I know I play a lot. Where'd you go, Kellendon? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, however, now, for mounts though, if you do things like festivals, there's usually, I mean, I can't think of a festival that there isn't one, a mount that you can get with festival tokens. And so I am all over that. In fact, the mounts that we are writing here right now, that Affadil and I are writing here, let me kind of give you a little bit of a shot there. Whoop, come back here, honey. I'm showing off our mounts. There we go. So these, oh, I can't, there we go. You were behind my camera. These are the mounts that are available from the Midsummer Festival that's going on right now. And it was like, it wasn't a lot. It was like 25 tokens or something like that. And you get 3 tokens for each of the completions that you do of the main quests. And 1 token if you do any of these out here. So it didn't take me long to save up. So I'm on a horse, which is what elves and humans and Bjornings ride. And she's on a pony, which is what hobbits and dwarves ride. So, yeah, just to kind of show that off. So, yeah, so you are able to get a free mount in that regard pretty much every couple months, if not more often, depending on how often they come through the festivals. Like, for example, we've got the Harvest Festival. Well, I'll pull that up in a second. All right, I got the quest. Yeah, and they're cool. Like, these mounts that you get in the festivals are really cool. Like, it seems like the developers really take a lot of time and put a lot of thought into, what they are offering to us. So, yes, traveling by foot is a pain in the butt. Like, we have started a couple of other accounts because, like, if you want to play a band, there's 2 of us, but, we could have, like, a separate, like, I could play 2 characters at the same time if they're on separate accounts, so we did that. So then we have, like, a band of 4 of us, and so we can play music that has, a drum and a this and a that and all the different things. So that's fun. However, they are all free-to-play accounts, the other ones. And yeah, it drives me crazy. I'm like, I can't, after playing like this, it drives me crazy, just running everywhere. And you've got a gold cap of 2, which also drives me crazy because I'm like, I want to go buy things and I want to do things. And yeah, oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right. Put yourself on follow me when you get a chance. So now, yes, as it mentioned in chat there, having more than one horse or pony is only for looks. That is very true. Like, you can only ride one at a time. So it really comes down to, like, you really only need one, technically. Like, you don't need to have all these horses. However, you might be like me and you want all the horses, all the mounts. So this is what I have so far. Now, I mean, some of these are from packs that I have purchased, like expansion packs, and so they come with a mount. And so every time you start a new character, they also receive that mount. So, like, we got the War of the Three Peaks expansion. So I've got the Boar of the Three Peaks, which I thought that's a funny little play on words, and the Elder Slade Boar. So, which are really convenient because once you get to Moria, you can't ride a horse or a pony. You can only ride a goat. However, boars are also allowed mounts. So I don't have any goats right now. So if I was to run into Moria right now for some unknown reason, I'm pretty sure you can ride the boars. I'm pretty sure I saw people on boars. And that, in fact, I'm pretty sure Klaus was riding around on a boar for a little while in Moria. So yeah, Klaus is one of my characters. He's a Bjorning and he has claws. Get it? Klaus. So. So yeah, so you'll see like, and so this is really cool too, is you can go into this panel and you can, like you'll notice I checked the have over here. I could put this more in the middle so you can see it a little better. I checked the have here, but you can leave that and you can see every single mount that is available in the game or has been at some point. And if you're like, whoa, that's neat, how do I get that? Well, it'll tell you, available in the Anniversary Festival for Mithril coins. Oh, what about this one? Here you go, this is one that you could buy at Hangstacer's Farms. The Blood Bay horse, I think it's like 300 silver, something like that. It's 500 silver maybe. It's something that a free-to-play player would have the ability to buy because they make sure it's, affordable in that regard. So, yeah, the boar. It was only available through that expansion pack. So you'd have to order it. Oh, here, let me pull that back up. Boar. So it'll tell you, available in the War of the Three Peaks Ultimate Fan Bundle. So if you go buy the Ultimate Fan Bundle, you'll get the 2 boars. Again, that'll cost you real world money though, so just be prepared for that. Okay, so we're in an area with a lot of things that would attack us if they saw us. So we're gonna cautiously move through here. We are collecting beehives. Well, the honey from beehives. We're collecting bee wax, from the beehives. Wax from the hives. So that way, that elf that we were talking to back on the docks can make those lanterns that have the candle in the middle of them and have it all stick together so that they then put it into the river and it floats down the river in honor of the people who have sailed off into the west. It's a really lovely little quest, actually. Oh, red box. I'm going to stay out of that red box. And we're going to shoot at this guy. Oops, no we're not. Okay. Now, the only problem with me putting a decoy down there is if there was anything nearby that we weren't in combat with, we will be soon. Oh, I could dismiss it. That's true. Let me do that. I always forget I can... Okay, it blew up. If it hadn't blown up, I could dismiss it by clicking on it. And then it brings up a little box and I can interact with it in that regard. So, all right, beehive number 5. Cool. So we're gonna mount back up and head back down. Now we also got outfits of the entwining something. This year's theme in the Midsummer. So I've got the circlet of entwining blossoms, the mantle, that's the viney stuff on my shoulders here of entwining blossoms. I've got the cloak and the tunic is what I'm wearing. So that's this whole outfit I've got going on here. Let's see, I think she went with, let's inspect you. So when you inspect somebody, I don't know if you've run across this before, when you inspect somebody, it brings up their weapons outfit, their basic outfit, whatever it is that they're wearing. But over here on the side, you can click on and it shows outfit number 1. So that cosmetics panel I was just showing you here, this would show, if somebody were to click on me and they clicked on that, it would show them outfit number 1. It would show them that, for example. So you can see that's what she's got on. Now she's got her hat hidden, I believe. And unfortunately in the panel it shows up in there. So that's the only downside about that. Oh, wow. Okay, then that one is, and so if I'm like, ooh, that's a really neat thing. What is that? What is that person wearing? The chest plate of the Great Alliance. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is all Great Alliance armor she's wearing there. And then, okay, so by default you get 2 cosmetic outfit slots, and that is what she's running with there, which is the default. Hang on, let me talk to this lantern maker. All right, take this lantern and send it on its way westward down the river. You've helped my kinsmen pay you their respects, and I believe you earned it. So here is a spot of calm water, and we're going to set that down in there, and that finishes that quest, and we got a kit, the wedding centerpiece kit. So now we're going to go up to Duneland, and there's a quest up there. So we're down here at the very bottom in Kellendam, and then the other quest is up here in Duneland for the elves. So we were up here in Thorns, and we did one inside Thorns Hall, and then when we had to go out here and grab stuff, and then we went back. And now we're doing one here, and we're going to do one down here. So that will be the last of the 4 different areas that have festival quests outside of Minas Tirith, where the main activity is happening for this festival, which is Minas Tirith has the wedding festival going on, the Midsummer Festival. Excuse me. What difficulty level am I playing? I'm on Deadly. I did pick Deadly. I didn't pick Deadly plus anything, just straight Deadly at this point, because we kind of wanted to get a handle on it a little bit. When we get to level 20, we might then start bumping it up a little bit, you know, especially once I get some more of my skills, because, oh, hey, because I did take that 16. I got precision. Oh, let me unlock and move that up. I got precision, which is focus every 5 seconds. That is my preferred stance. Thank you, stance options. Oh, it won't let me switch it until I'm not moving. But yeah. So, where were we at? Oh, you were asking about difficulty level. Yeah, we went with just Deadly, but that'll give us the max, give us the titles. I just realized I still don't have my turtle stone on. I better put it back on before I forget. All right, so we're turtling at 16 for right now. By mistake, we were at 15, and it was kind of an oops. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go down here to where the elf dancing is, which is down the hill, and into this festive-looking area. And this person over here in the corner, she has a quest for us: Chords of Love. So she needs hand fasting cords. So we're being sent over to the crafting people, and somebody over there has been making these cords of love, so we're checking in with her. Okay, so you are loving this game, but you have to say the game is the worst map you've ever seen. You can't understand anything. Yeah, I guess every game has a different UI, and that could be part of it. Is there is a bit of a learning curve, I think, on learning how to figure out where to do things. So if you push M for map, that takes you to this map wherever it is that you are. So for example, we're in Ered Luin, and it shows me my red arrow. It shows me where I am, and if I turn around, turns me around, and it shows the quests that I have. Let me close my map. So the quests that I have on my quest tracker over here on the side, those are the ones that are showing up on my map. Those are these 3 quests right here. And so I can hover over this one, and it should blink for me. And it'll blink for me, and it'll blink for me. So actually Ruby Lanterns won't blink because that's way over, and we're not on the map because that's in Minas Tirith. So Chords of Love, you'll see it's kind of blinking there. You see it's kind of going in and out. So that's what that is. What are the flags? The flags are locations that you have discovered. So we went out to Keladul. Where did you start, actually? What kind of character were you playing? Were you a hobbit? Were you an elf? Were you a man? A dwarf? Show the box. Oh, the filter map? Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. If there's too much stuff on here, you can pick what is showing up and what is not showing up on your map. For example, I like to know where the Dockmasters are. I guess I don't need to know where the Eagles are. That's a little far ahead of here. Far-ranging stable masters, that's really important for me. So you were a hunter elf. Okay, so you were down here in Keladul when you first came out. So this would have been the map you were looking at. Now, unfortunately, you started at a time when they went and made this map very artistic. Unfortunately, the map that was available before this was a lot simpler in its coloring. It looked the same, the words were the same, the roads were the same, but there was a lot less texture. And so it was a lot more of a readable map at the time. What's that? Oh, you put it link to it in chat. Oh, awesome. Okay, so yeah, so you can see the previous version of the map there. Now, that doesn't help you in terms of seeing where you are on the map because, that's a wiki page. Here, let me close that for a second while I open up this box. I gotta open up a box of silk bolts. Okay, and then I'm going to map back up. Okay, let me bring the map back up. So the lines are the roads. You've got the names of the places here. You've got the stable masters look like that. Yeah, the flags are places that you have discovered. So like in the early part, you know, where you go off and there's the veil flies, or maybe they're sending you off to take care of goblins. That's those folks over here. What's a stable master? Okay, sure, let me show you. Hang on, let me cut up some things real quick here. And we will go and show you a stable master. The stable master, no, it's not where you buy a horse. It's basically your travel people. Think of it like, you know, that's the station and they get you on a train to get you to the next place, or get you on a bus to get to the next place. But of course, we're in Middle Earth, so we take horses. So we take horses everywhere. So here, let me go show you what the stable master looks like and what they do. So I'm here in Dooland, which is the second city up. So Kellendom is where you start as an elf. And then if you go up to Dooland, that's the next city up and this is an elven city. Okay, so this is a stable master here. There's only one in each city at the most. Well, we'll just say that for now. Like Minas Tirith has more than one, but Minas Tirith is special. So, okay, so this guy is standing right here, and you'll notice he has like a horse symbol over his head, and he also has, that's his name, and then it's his title, stable master there. So that lets you know that this is the guy, this is the station, this is your conductor, and this is where he's going to tell you where to go. You do not need VIP to use the stable master. Everybody can use a stable master. But swift travel is only available for VIP. So that could be maybe what you're thinking of. So, but if I wanted to take a horse from here to Kellendom, I would do that. I would click on where I want to go. And then down here, it tells me how much it costs. So if I want to do that, I will travel. It'll cost me 1 silver. They'll just take it right out of my wallet. And they'll throw me on a horse, and I'll ride off to Kellendom. So instead of you having to walk there, yeah, it's faster travel. Instead of you walking there, it just sends you there. All of these that you see that have just the name, those are going to be slow travel. They put you on a horse, the horse goes. It's faster than my horse. So, you know, if I'm following somebody who's riding on a stable master horse, eventually they will outpace me and I will fall behind. But no, it is slow travel. You see everything as you go. You watch the landscape. Now, things will not attack you while you're on one of the stable master's horses. So if you're going through an area where things are a little scary, you know, they will not attack you. Whereas if you were on your own horse, they could. The one up here where it says, it's got the little horse symbol next to it, it says Falaflorin Homesteads, Swift Travel, that is only open to VIPs. Swift Travel is open to VIPs. So that's the one where it does spawn you there. So if I were to click that, it would put me on a horse, it would show me leaving town, and then it would fade out, and I would fade in at my destination where I come riding in, and I'm there. So Swift Travel is really nice because it gets you there a lot faster, but you'll notice it costs more in this situation. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it. So here, let me zoom out. Okay, so I am going to get on a horse and I'm gonna travel for 5 silver. So off I go. And then notice that wasn't my normal horse, right? They put me on a stable master horse. It's like they've got, you know, just imagine there's a stable of them sitting there. Okay, so notice I fade out, and now I faded in, and I'm where I'm going. So this is the entrance to a neighborhood. Don't even worry about that yet while you're still figuring the game out. Housing is great, and it's wonderful, and I love it, but don't even worry about that yet. This is the elven neighborhood, so you could buy a house in there if you wanted to. You can buy 1 house out of all of those. So, okay, so it brought us to here, and usually outside of every, you know, neighborhood, there's, oh, that's a housing broker. That's not gonna help us. We need a stable master. Let me go to my handy map. I'm here. Where's the nearest stable master? Oh, it's inside. Okay, we're gonna go inside the neighborhood. This is just an odd way to do it, but we're gonna go inside because we know that there's a stable master in there somewhere. Now, neighborhoods are all identical. I'm just gonna go into the first one. And I'm going to go past this stuff here. We don't need to worry about that because I want to go to the stable master. And you'll see on the mini radar up in my top corner, there's the stable master right there. He's got that kind of blue on this map here. That's this person right here. So notice they say stable master. He's got that horse above his head, just like the one did before. So that's the person we were looking for. So now I can come and pick a location. I want to go back to where I was. So I'm going to go, but notice that where I want to go back to Doolin. Well, Doolin's not listed. And I know it's in Erin Lewin, so I can go to one of these other places. So I'm going to go to Kellendim, which is where you started. It's going to cost me 1 silver. Now, notice all of these have the little horse head next to them, so all of these are swift travel. They're all that immediate fade in, fade out. See? Notice I faded out, and now I'm fading in, and I've arrived. So it gives me that instant travel. But like we were talking about before, we're going to go to this guy. He's got the horse head. He's a stable master. I want to go back to Doolin. It's listed. There's no horse head next to it. It's not fast travel. It's going to be slow. So I'm going to pay my silver. And notice he puts me on one of his stable horses, just some random horse he's got. And now it's going to take this entire time to get us there. Okay, awesome. I'm really glad. I hope that really helped. Like, I know that when you're starting a new game, there's so much to learn. It's like learning a new language almost. So, and I'm at the point where I'm very fluent in Lotro. So I am happy to help bring you into the understanding the language. Yeah, you have one more question you were saying. And thanks, by the way, for answering the question on the non-anonymous people that are on Treebeard at the moment. And are there any other questions? Do you need, you need VIP to play on a legendary server. That is true. Yep, as mentioned earlier. But if you're playing on one of the other live servers, you do not need VIP. So your first character is an elf hunter, but you want to play another character, but you don't know which one to use? Or how, you don't know what class you want to play? Oh, that's a tough question because, people will say, well, what's the best? There is no best. It really comes down to what you enjoy playing. I mentioned earlier that I really enjoy the ranged style of character. I'm a hunter. I really like playing a hunter. Hunters have a lot of flexibility, especially once you get a little bit further on. And I play, which is unusual, I will tell you this right off the bat, I play a yellow line hunter. Which means I have a lot more with crowd control and playing with traps and things like that. Now, most people, we got to go pick up blossoms. Most people will either choose the blue line for hunter or the red line for hunter. Red line, you stand still, but you do a lot of damage. So that one is really effective. The huntsman, the blue line, you can do a lot of kiting, so you can run around and shoot at the same time. So you've got a lot more flexibility of motion that way, but it might take you a little bit longer. But you're not just going to stand there and get hit over and over again, because they got to catch you, right? So as you're playing a hunter, those are some things to keep in mind. And an elf hunter is the right combination because elves get like a bonus to bows or something like that. So you made a good choice there, just to start. If you're looking for another character, I would say try to think about what you like to do. Like, do you want to be a healer? Because that would be a minstrel. They're really good playing with other people, but they can solo. Affadil is a minstrel, and I swear sometimes does more DPS than me. Like, she's just out there screaming at things and doing a great job. But that's because she really understands how to play a minstrel. She's got really good at that. Some people really like champion because, they can stand there and get hit and then they just hit things back. Or same thing for, like, some people really like some of the other melee classes. Champion, I've just forgotten some of the other ones. What's the one that's got the standard bearer? Captain. There's Captain. I mean, Bjorning, if you want a challenge, is a very interesting class. You play a bear, basically. You can switch back and forth between bears and humans. Yeah, guardians, wardens, thank you, Dutchie. I'm just like, I cannot remember all of a sudden. You could also try some other unusual classes like Lore Master. Lore Master has the ability to like call down pieces of nature, so like they hit things with lightning and whatnot. But really, their skill is in the fact that they have companion animals, and so a Lore Master can pick an animal and have a bear that runs with them, and so their bear is basically a tank. So the bear gets the aggro, everything's attacking their bear, and then the Lore Master sits there and tries to pick things off. Or you can play with like the Bog Guardian, which is maybe a little squishier, but is really effective at like hitting things and doing a lot of damage to them, while the Lore Master just sits there and kind of buffs them up and whatnot. So, so you've got something like that. You've got Rune Keeper, which I'm experimenting with on another character, and I still haven't quite figured them out. But basically, once you get a little bit higher, you're in control of the elements in a different way. It's kind of like, yeah, I do. It's kind of like a Lore Master, I suppose, in that regard, but not quite. Like, it's the closest to a magic user that you get in Lord of the Rings Online. Yeah, Runekeeper does a lot of DPS. Like, they can just set a rune down and it goes gwoosh, gwoosh, gwoosh. Like, we were playing the other day, and now my Runekeeper is way over leveled, but we were, I didn't talk to the elf. We were hitting some goblins, and the goblins were really low level, like level 10 or 15 or something. And my Runekeeper is way above that because I kind of over leveled a little bit by mistake. But I was able to put down a rune. And the first time in my life I've done this in this game, right? And it went gavoosh, and all the goblins that were next to it just like fell over. So that was exciting. Yeah, that was really, really exciting. Yeah. So it really depends on what kind of character you want to play. Like, do you like melee? Do you like distance? Do you like DPS, like hitting things really hard? Do you like being able to tank and stand there and take the hits? Do you like to run around? Do you like to stand still? You want to try melee? Okay, so, all right, chat. What's a good melee class to start with?
Sweet light melee.
All right, when we finish this, we get our Midsummer token, we get our wedding centerpiece. Hurrah! And that is 9, by the way. We could do another horse race. Yeah, champion, captain, guardian. Those are all. Yep. My first character was a champion. Champion dwarf. Oh, right. You can't play Bjorning yet. You'd have to buy that. Well, so one thing that some people free to play do is try not to get too attached to a character, because you can delete your character and start over and open up that slot. I mean, it's not necessarily the best answer, but it's an option. My personal housing is still cooling down, but I could go to Minas Tirith. Middle building. There you go. Yeah, Bjornings are tanks and DPS and all of that, but I think you have to buy Bjorning. I don't believe that's one of the standard classes you can get. Yeah, you can unlock additional character slots for Lotro points. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's another thing to keep on in track of too is Scanny is they will do sales every week of something interesting. Well, sometimes more interesting than others depending on what you're looking for, I suppose. But here, let me get to Nickel Delving and then I'll show you what this week's sales are. I need to go to the Shire. On my way, hold on. And let me dismount. Zoom. All right, I'm going to follow you for a minute. Okay, so if you go down here to the bottom corner. Now, I have a UI skin on, so it doesn't normally look like this. Like, I like this thing because it's got the little vines, and I like some of the colors of it and stuff like that. So, just know that my stuff maybe looks a little bit different than your stuff. But down here, so the stuff is in the same place, though. That's the key. So down here in the corner is the Lotro store down the bottom here. Oh, I guess my screen would be over there. You click on that, and that opens the Lotro store, which I was doing earlier and poking about. So every week there's some sort of a sale on something. So this week it is Make Your Piece of Middle Earth Shine. And there's 20% off select housing decorations, housing sets, and more. So you click on the Learn More, and it shows you all the various things that are on sale. So sometimes character slots will be on sale. Sometimes Lotro points are on sale. They were on sale recently. Well, the amount of bonus points you get with your Lotro. I'll show you in a second. So that would be a thing, is to keep an eye on what goes on sale. And if you see something you're like, I really want that, you can star it. Like just click that little star, and then if you click the star up here, it shows you things that you have starred. You can kind of, check for every so often and be like, oh, is that on sale yet? Is that on sale yet? Okay, nope, that kind of thing. Lotro points, if you ever want to buy Lotro points, which as a free-to-play player, because you would be spending real-world money, this would move you from free-to-play to premium, which doesn't change a lot of things, but it does increase your cap, increases your gold cap. So like instead of being a 2 gold cap, it increases it to 5, which is, would be useful for you, I'm sure. So here, the way they do Lotro points is you'll have like your base. So like this base is 500 Lotro points, and then it'll give you some bonus points. Okay, so right now the double bonus points sale is still going on. So like, because I'm in Europe, so mine comes in euros. So for €6, I could buy 500 Lotro points, plus it gives me a bonus of 200. So right now that would be worth 700 Lotro points. Druid's Fire, thank you for popping in with that. So yes, if you go into your options, oh boy, let's see if I remember where that is. So options. I know. Hi, Druids. Yes, there's all sorts of stuff on sale still. It's housing stuff. So yeah, if you do a search for probably external, maybe, and you'll notice over here on the side, only one thing is highlighted now. So it's probably going to be in there, an external store. Mine is not checked because I like it to be here in the screen. I like it in the game. So that's how you would change that, Scunny. Yeah, if you don't want it to open in a new tab. Yeah, which I like, as I said, I don't. All right, I'm going to do a horse race. I'm going to do another horse race. Let's hope we do well. Here we go. By the way, I invited somebody new into the kin if you want to welcome them while I'm focused on this. Yeah, well, I can multitask. Oh, I fell off. No. Oh, well. I haven't seen Eldoleth today. I thought she might pop in. Maybe she'll be in later. Whoops. Oh, I stopped moving. That's even worse. You're definitely not going to win a race if you don't move. Okay, here we go. We're going to try again. I'm going to jump and jump. Okay, I made it. All right, let's see if we can do this bridge. And jump. Yes, I made it. All right, here comes this one. This one's not so bad. Those first stone bridges are the ones that usually get me, or walls, stone walls to jump over. All right, we almost got there. We are there. Shoo! We made it, yay! All right, so we gotta talk to him, turn that in. I've never seen such excellent writing in these parts. I'm very impressed. Of course you are. Oh, she was up super late last night. Oh, yeah, she's in the Hurricane Valley there, isn't she? Blarg. Okay, so yeah, we've done a whole bunch of stuff, and man, I think we are coming up on the 2 hours too. All right, so yeah, let me put the schedule up in here. What is it? Is it schedule? I don't think that's the right thing. Streamer? Nope, that's not the right thing either. Hang on, I gotta grab my little list. But Scanny, we have people who stream here on this channel all throughout the week. And folks are always happy, thank you, Druids, I know you're faster than me, are always happy to answer questions. I mean, we were all new players at some point, and so we are happy to help you learn how to do all these things that, you know, over time we figured out, or somebody helped us, and, you know, why not, right? That's one of the really nice things about the Lotro community is people really are good about helping each other out. Like, I've even seen, you know, somebody will be in world chat and, you know, they're talking about things and somebody's like, oh, well, you could just go and buy this on the auction house. And they're like, yeah, I would, but, you know, I mean, I'm a new player. I've only got like, you know, 50 silver or whatever. And people like, here you go, have some money. Like, you know, people are really awesome in this community. And yeah, and we tend to keep track of our own. Like, if people kind of get a little out of line, sometimes people will start to be like, yeah, no, stop, you know, bring it back, that sort of thing. So yeah, I will be on next Thursday. Oh, thanks. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so there's the Thursday lineup. Yeah, we're kit trading apparently. I probably have more, but I'll have to look for them. So we'll just do that for now. Thank you. So I am Little Redhead 42 listed there, and French Girl Gaming was on about 14 hours ago. Eldaleth will be on, is usually on what's late for me, because I'm, like I said, I'm in Europe, so it is coming up on 2100. It's coming up on like 9 o'clock at night for us here, which means it's probably like 2 in the afternoon for some of you, or 1 or 3 or 12. I think that's all the US time zones, right? So anyway, yeah, so Elda's on like evening time US, and then Epic Ogre is on after her. So you can click on any of those links. That'll take us to take you to our social media stuff. Awesome. It's 3 o'clock Eastern right now. Awesome. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, and noon for all y'all in the U.S. at this time. And then of course, 9 o'clock here, 8 o'clock in the UK. So yeah. Anyway, I will be back on here next Thursday, and that's one thing I wanted to mention, is that the next few weeks we don't have any festival going on. So like July 15th, 22nd, 29th, there's no festivals going on, and so we will, go find other ways to make mischief. What's most likely is we're going to spend time here on the Treebeard server, and we're going to be playing around with some more of this Eye of Sauron, and our slow leveling, doing quests out in every little pocket of the worlds that we can get ourselves into. And then we'll probably also, I'm very curious, so because of this Eye of Sauron and things might aggro a little differently, I am curious how doing a chicken run works on this server. Is there, what kinds of differences are there? So we'll make our way over to Sanson's farm and see if it's even possible to do chickens on this server or not. We'll find out. And so we'll spend the next three weeks having fun with that. And then I'm going to take a week off because we're moving, and we have the movers on Thursday, the first Thursday in August, and that happens to also be my stream day. So I am not going to try and stream and move on the same day. So that ain't gonna happen. So you guys will have to find some other entertainment on that day, I'm afraid to say. You were wanting to know about how many are on. There's about 550 non-anonymous players on Treebeard right now. Just so to answer that question. Yeah, I'm loving this slow server. And then, let's see, I was looking at my schedule. And then, August, we get into the Farmers Fair. So we're going to spend a lot of time in the Shire, over at Bywater and Hobbit and Bywater, and be running around and doing all the fun quests that are part of that. And because this is a new server for me, well, I mean, for everybody who's on here, obviously, but that means I haven't done any of the quests in that area, which means and none of the deeds. So, pulling up the deed tracker, class, race, epic. You are just like all over this trading business. Okay, thank you. Let's see, class, no, not class, I want race and social, and we're looking at Farmers Fair. Oh, hey, I still have 2 more deeds to do there with that, and I haven't finished the Feast of Fellowship. Okay, so but Farmers Fair, whoops, come back. I have, oh my gosh, look at all these Farmers Fair ones to do. Oh, that's gonna be fun. So we've got a lot of fun Farmers Fair deeds that we'll be able to work on during August. So that's going to be great. So yes, I look forward to doing that with all of you on board with me as well. It's going to be great. So, all right. For those of you on Treebeard, remember to be not so hasty. That's our kinship. So, oh, you can see it on my name. Not so hasty. And yeah, so all right, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. So I will be back next week, as I mentioned. We will be doing some more landscape time because the Midsummer Festival will be over. So if you are doing Midsummer Festival, make sure you get out there and finish that up as soon as you can. Yeah. So next time, bring any questions that you have, or if you want to let me know any questions you have ahead of time, I'm on Twitter. I have the YouTube channel where these videos are cross-posted. They are also here on Twitch, and then I also cross-post them over onto my website, so you are welcome to leave me a comment on any of those locations, and I'll be happy to answer questions here on the stream to answer that as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you all very much for joining me on this journey around Middle-earth. I obviously enjoy coming out here to Lord of the Rings Online quite a bit, and I really appreciate all of you coming with me. I hope you found the stream enjoyable and informative. This was definitely a heavy uninformative, and I'm really glad that we were able to help people out. So wherever you go and whatever you do, I encourage you to stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart. All right, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day now. Bye-bye.